Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like two losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. Oh, the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
30 base. I'm 61. Max.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And that was a nice strong run by the guy they called the field general.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fournette on the counter. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
54 Mike. It's been a long day for you.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones got his man. It's Eifert. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This offense has talent, and certainly Keenan Allen, he has a lot of talent.
And he plays so hard each and every week. He's a guy who demands the football.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Big grip.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Let's go, G.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown.
Ready? Single.
Throwing on first down, Jones. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing Jones to the left side here for Eifert. Now the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Ravens. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate. That first drive, the one that got him that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd and 12. Mahomes going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Down. 10 Lobo. 6-6. Pull it high. Check. Clear.
First carry for Spencer Ware. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jones operating from the gun. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down, and down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there.
Set. 90, Wolf.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Go.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones. That's caught by Ware. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. Dancing to his left. Got his man. That's Harry. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to... This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 12-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So that drive takes...
Come on, set. 30 base.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Big grip.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Let's go. 8, read. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Keep it tight end. 4 down. Check.
2.
To Ware on the draw. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now on 2nd and 13, Jones, and he finds Spencer Ware complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Jones, and Eifert has it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick. But let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Catch is made by Harry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So that would... We now proceed to the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Mahomes now to throw, and he's got his man on the out route. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Let's go.
Mahomes now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Barker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, wide open receiver complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
57's right. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Now Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great...
Ready? 10 logo. Topper, topper.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Ready.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Jakeem Grant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller drops him for a loss. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. To try again after the sack. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Still throwing the foot. Ball here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about all they care about right now.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's face it, this offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Being chased out left. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As the Ravens push further.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 yards there, first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
First and goal.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.
Yellow. 43.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them. 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And the seam pass is knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers. You know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. Jones now operating from the gun. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Throwing Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Caught by Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them. and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports. First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. It's a short kick taken at the 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
X3, 218, chopper.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
On second down, here's Mixon. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. A draw play for Mixon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
From the gun on third down. Hard. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They go play fake. Mahomes. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hart. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Mixon with a first down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
11 yards there. First down. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Joe Mixon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints have taken the lead. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Check 26, check 26.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Yellow. Here we go. Spawn.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Mahomes going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Rasul Douglas there to get him down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead.
A ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's got a convoy and he might be gone. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He's going to fire one deep. And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Tack McKinley able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Come on, set. 60 out more.
On 1st down, Mixon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Yo, 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 yo.
Off play action. Hart. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down, Hart. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 40. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, just as they thought they were going to add to their lead, the rug gets pulled from right underneath them on that pick. And now after that big return, might be the other sideline grabbing the lead.
Yeah, very well could be.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's it. Big hit.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Hart. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Barker. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch the whip.
Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Hopkins complete. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now here's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Barker. 27 yards on the gain there. And they're going to have a third down. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. They're going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Mahomes now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Takk McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. He used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The Ravens on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Saints 41, Ravens 16.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Saints, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. You have too many players on your team. Choose which players you want to cut. Easily see. Here are some recommendations to get you started.